Oh, hockey's still in full swing. The NHL Stanley Cup playoffs begin on Wednesday, and who better in Kalamazoo to break it down than the head coach and director of hockey ops of your Kalamazoo Wings, Nick Bootland, to do it. And Nick, I would say half of what everyone thought beginning of the season was going to happen. The Blackhawks were an easy favorite. The Penguins were probably the second choice to get there. They're not. It's the Boston Bruins, and a lot of blame could be put on Crosby, even Malkin. I'm going to put it where it rightfully deserves, your beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, because if they finish off a third period, the Bruins aren't even in existence.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, growing up a Leaf fan, tough way to swallow that's Game 7. But, I don't know if I'm the guy to do the predictions. I should probably have my son who's winning the family pool at home with the points. And obviously he's a big Bruins fan, so he should probably be doing the predicting right now. If I had to do things my own way, I guess that I'd be cheering for the Vancouver Canucks, but at this point it's going to be interesting to see who pulls it off.
Is it fair to say, though, and you've seen it firsthand, that sometimes a little period of momentum carries a long way? And I'm not saying that's exactly what happened to the Boston Bruins, but goaltending's been solid all playoff series, all playoff long. They've shut down the top scorers almost of every series that they have played. But it seems that when they came off that momentum of that overtime win, and they haven't looked back.
Well, I mean, you talk about it, and you pretty much sum up the line that I would use, and their defense is smothering. And when they do make a mistake, that they get through the layers of defense that they have an unbelievable goaltender, if not one of the best goaltender in the league. And right now you give up 2 goals in a whole playoff series against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and you're doing something very, very well on the defensive side of the puck. So they're an outstanding hockey team, and they've been on a roll ever since then.
In a weird way, Gary Bettman may be smiling bigger than anyone right now, because first time since 1979, 2 original 6 teams that are going to be playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. 2 markets that have embraced hockey almost better than anyone, with Chicago and Boston. 24 overtimes in this playoff run, gripping hockey storylines night after night, and probably, as we mentioned, a ratings bonanza could happen with those 2 markets playing for the Stanley Cup.
Well, absolutely. I mean, outstanding markets. I've had the fortune to go to a couple Blackhawk games myself, and I'm a Canadian citizen, and they play that anthem in there, and that American anthem, and the hair on my neck is standing up, and the atmosphere, and that was a regular season game. There was 22,000 people there on a Thursday night, and what a dynamic atmosphere. And obviously you can see with how they've done things in Boston for years, and the parades and the winners that they've had there, and the type of franchise they've been for a long time, but certainly in the near future, or the recent future, or the recent past, I should say. 5 or 6 years they've been dominant.
Based on what I've seen so far, I would probably go Boston in 5 or 6. You look at what the Blackhawks have. Kane gets the first hat-trick game winner since '93 when Gretzky did it. You have probably the best goaltending we've seen in the West in the last little bit with Crawford. Are they still the team to beat, or is Boston the team of destiny?
You know what? I guess if I was picking on who I liked more and who I wanted to win more, I gained a lot of respect for going to a couple games with the Blackhawks, and I like them as a fan. I like them. I like their organization. I like how they work. But at the same time, that smothering defense and the goaltending on the other side, and you win a playoff series with 3 of your top 6 defensemen out at one point, and still find a way to win those series. You're a pretty battle-tested team, and that defense can and go a long way. And their power play, hasn't even scored a goal yet, I don't think, in the last little while. So that's the same thing as what was it, 08 when they won. Their power play struggled, but they're just so strong defensively and opportunistic at the same time.
Finally, before I let you go, let's switch leagues. The AHL Calder Cup, Grand Rapids up the road doing the impossible. Syracuse won 13 of 14 going into the series. They haven't won a Calder Cup since it was actually introduced back in 1938, so they've been in the waiting list, even though you can make a case Norfolk and Syracuse players kind of moved this year. Grand Rapids making their first bid in the Calder Cup. 2-0 going back home. That may be too much to overcome for the Crunch.
Yeah, you know what? It's amazing to see, and watched a lot of those games. Obviously, with us not making the postseason, and spent a little bit of time in Grand Rapids, and have a little bit of relationship with Mr. Blashill and the outstanding job he's done there in that organization. And they go from a non-playoff team the year before, and find a way to get themselves on a great run, and now 2 games away from winning a championship. And it seems like it doesn't matter what he touches, he finds a way to make it gold. And I don't see a team like that. Obviously, maybe something drastic could happen, but I don't see a team like that relinquishing this lead.
So the 2 predictions that you have it right there. The K-Wings getting set for maybe the greatest run in sports. It is the Stanley Cup Finals. It starts on Wednesday, and the AHL Calder Cup continues Wednesday. That's down the road in Van Andel.